it's Tree from Tree Essentials, and today I wanted to talk about hair growth, our accountability, and as well embracing and building awareness, and how these all go together and seeing the true results that we want. So let's go ahead and just dive right on in. When I'm talking about accountability, yes, if we are learning how to embrace, grow our hair, do things of that nature, that is not a fault. That's actually just whatever our life lesson and journey we went through. But once we get the keys and the information for the hair growth piece and portion, that is when we are to apply and to accept the different pieces and responsibilities into restoring and rejuvenating our hair growth. So I'm glad you're here. I am not coming here to tell you what to do. First off, I remember I am a certified wellness specialist. I only can give you information. What I want you to do is receive it with your open heart and start seeing that these are true pieces and parts to enhance the hair growth process. So when we are talking about being accountable, I'm not saying no, you don't go to your hairstylist, like let your person do your hair. No, we don't make sure of our food. Of course you need to take care of that. But what I'm talking about is like the new information, the learning and unlearning situations. Like back in the day, we may have used specific types of grease and we learned that mineral oils are not good for our hair, or we learn about different effects of what hair things do and how we can embrace and reduce the risk. Those are the things I'm talking about. So I know we all have heard about the canker situation with cancers and such, and actually that is very sad because we've been using these hairs for different generations. But there are ways to reduce that, such as using apple cider vinegar, washing through the hair, letting it sit, letting it dry. So actually buying your hair prior to your appointment, not the day of when you're going to your appointment, because you have to let it air dry. So that's an accountability piece where you prep. Prior preparation prevents poor performance. And when we're saying performance, I'm referring to the hair growth that you are seeking. If you are somebody wanting to use Cancaline, there's nothing wrong with that, of course, but you need to prepare for the hair growth that you're doing. Even if you're like, per se, let's say you're going to the African shops, maybe ask them, can I get my bundles of hair the day before, pay for my service, and then wash it and come back, because you know they're not doing that, and things of that nature. Like not letting things be of an excuse, or maybe it's, oh, I just got paid today, so now I'm about to go get my hair done. I'm about to go to the hair store real quick and buy. Maybe go do it the next day, and if you have to work that following day, I'm not telling you don't, but maybe just prep to get the hair the week prior to the week you are going to get your hair done. So give yourself 2 weeks, get the hair the week, that paycheck prior, and then wash it, and then be prepped for when you actually go to your appointment. Hair growth is a life experience, and it's something in a cycle of growth. And if you are really looking for the hair growth that you receive, you have to take yourself in tender loving care. I know we have everything going on in life, having to care give for others, having to go to work, maybe going to school and things of that nature, but you have to pour into your cup so that your cup can be filled for your life, and not just for hair growth, but life in general. So that accountability piece, if you are looking to enhance yourself in certain skill sets and things of that nature, start learning what it takes to get to that point. Start setting your days up so that you have time to take care of yourself, and in that including your hair growth and as well your self-care. Remember, self-care is a big key to the hair growth journey, because when you self-care yourself, that is one of the umbrellas under self-love, and you're actually making sure that you are taking care of the different wellness dimensions of life. That's financial, occupational, educational, spiritual, emotional, social, and physical, environmental. These all play a role into your health, and your hair growth is honestly one of the last things to grow on the hair, that with thriving nails and as well your glowing skin. So when you start seeing things of that nature, when you are looking for hair growth, you are not just being accountable for just growth of hair. You are making sure you're finding balance with those you're around, making sure your environment suits to your wellness needs. You are seeing that you are having social dynamics that are positive, so it doesn't cause stressors on your body. You are making sure that definitely learning how to emotionally regulate, and sometimes that includes having to go see therapy and such of that nature, and as well just learning social emotional techniques. Like, it's a whole ball game. Like, I know if you are trying to build awareness into your hair growth pattern, you may want to start paying attention to what you're experiencing in that time frame in the past 2 months. That will normally tell you why your hair is doing what it's doing. And a lot of times there are ways to shift. If you can't control everything, of course, there's nothing you can control everything of, but the things you have control of, those are the pieces that you can start being more accountable for and finding more responsibility in. Creator said his people perish because of lack of knowledge. So when we don't know what we need, that's when we start doing research, finding the different results, people who can guide us that are different professionals in that trade, in that specific measure. And if you really don't know, you can start looking things up on YouTube, find the real source to the positive information, and go from there. There's no reason for us to let our hair growth decrease because of outside situations and circumstances. Now, if there are anything of specific situations where it's really toxic, that's again one of those times where you start finding different solutions and situations on how to change in that pattern. And a lot of this stuff, I know we said the social piece, but a lot of it is keeping things to yourself as well, and learning how to maintain without having to tell all your information. I know you've seen in the Bible that Joseph, he told his brothers his dreams, and his brothers then sold him into slavery. But he ended up becoming one of the heads next to the Pharaoh in Egypt, of where he was placed after a whole bunch of other traumatic situations happened and occurred. But let's think about it. Would he have really gone through all of those situations if he did in fact not tell all his information to his brothers? And those were his blood brothers. They may have been half, but they were still his blood. So think about it, not just about siblings and family, but the social spaces and places too. Do you ever pay attention to maybe situations where you have something good going on, and then you tell somebody, and then it stops faulting out and it goes wanky and wonk? It's because you are expressing out energy. And I am a former science teacher, so energy is not created or destroyed, it's only transferred or transformed. So if you tell your sound energy, meaning speaking out that to somewhere else, and they're not taking it as the most positive for you, they can start thinking, and that's a mechanical force, and then it transfers out into another realm, and then it's just like a whole bunch of other things happen, and then what you really wanted happen did not come to fruition because of leaking out some of your energy source to other places. And that's a piece of a whole nother conversation. I probably will dive into that in another video. But one of our other accountability measures, think about when I spoke about physical. Physical means your body. Your body is a temple of God. And so, yes, we may want to be around the loves and things of that nature if you're older or in this space, but your sacred energy, like, are you pouring your energy of your yoni space into a positive flow into someone who actually cares about you in a positive manner? And I mean when they enter into you, because your hair is connected to your blood-brain barrier, and your hair, because it's connected to the blood-brain barrier, it is your bloodstream, which provides the nutrients, but your nerves, your nervous system. When somebody engages into your yoni, and especially when they hit that cervix, meaning the topper space of your vaginal opening, that is connected to your spine. Because it's connected to your spine, it is basically you're letting their energy not distort, but mingle with your space, and thus, please stop, I'm with my dogs. And then that energy transfers. Remember, energy not created, destroyed, transferred, transformed. It goes into your space. So now that is in your body, and you're carrying whatever they're carrying too. Now, are you carrying positive love? Like, girl, if you are, I love that for you. Okay, because what? Anyways, but what I'm trying to say is, you need to be aware of where your energy is being poured in all dynamics, because that actually is a big piece on other places. Like it says in the Bible, the curse of the woman is childbirthing pains and the desire of her husband. Desire is a wanting of something, and husband, not everyone wants to be married, but when you are partaking in that, that is like you're in a bed, a spiritual covenant bed with that person. So really start thinking about these pieces too, if you're really wanting your hair grow. And think about it, if they're stressing you out, again, that's your nerves, blood-brain barrier, a lot going on. Now, your environmental, are you in a place of serenity? Like, really start getting into your nature and grounding aspects. I have another video where we talk about grounding aspects and such, but getting into your environments that serve you peace and allows you to let out the negative spaces in a positive light. That is really key. Putting up beautiful things in your energy and environment, in your workplace, at home, in your car, when you're walking. Your environment is inside of you and around you. So start putting yourself in spaces where you are feeling so good and vibrant. And no, everything is not expensive. You can do some things for free. That includes loving yourself and going to the library, and maybe enjoying a walk, or maybe going to a little pond or something, or going out into the park, whatever suits your boat. And another piece that I wanted to talk, I said social, I said emotional, I said spiritual. Spiritual and emotional go together because spirit wants you to communicate. You need to start embracing and being in that place with creator in a more dynamic space. And if you see in the Bible, there's many places where people would cut their hair because they're mourning. Sometimes a Nazarite would not cut their hair when they're in a covenant with creator. Then think about the story of Samson and Delilah, where he got all his strength and it was found in his hair. Like, it's a real thing. Your hair feels and senses the environment around you, and that's a really big key piece and portion. Now, another spiritual, financial, that's when I was talking about those skills and assets, like growing yourself. And no, hair growth does not have to be that expensive, but learning what is best for your hair is key. And again, I am an advanced natural hair consultant, so I can assist you on that journey and accelerate you really quickly. Click the link in my bio, book a consultation. And as well, I have a free community where you can access and get an array of information that can assist you on your journey as well. And go to your trusted people and your guides that help you in your life, like finances. If you are looking to, that goes with education, occupational, and finances. They all go together because the trades and the things you do with your hands, the gifts and talents, those are the things that are going to bring and reward you and bring change into your life and environment. So all of these go together. Building that accountability in these aspects and not allowing others to do it for you is going to really be a key into it, because we're all unique individuals, and actually our intimacy with creator is all unique and individual in itself, and what you do on your everyday is unique and individual than others. And so start embracing who you are. Stop doing things so much in groups, thinking what they're doing is what I need to do and all of those things, because it's actually not the truth. We are all unique, just like snowflakes. Each person's fingerprint is unique, even when it comes to twins and quintuplets and things of that nature. And so what I'm trying to tell you is, you are all very important, and you are a masterpiece. As creator said, you are the clay and he is the potter. And so you really know what is necessary if you really subconsciously, and remember, if you don't, just start doing research on it and learning who you are, what's necessary, and the things and places that you need to bring in your essence. And with that being said, I am Tree from Tree Essentials, and we are restoring our tree to grow essentially. And yes, our hair is a tree. We are like a plant, and we have the ability to plant seeds, inspire others, and inspire change. And I truly look forward and honored to working with you and seeing you all soon. So you have a great day and or night whenever you are watching this, and I will see you later. All right, bye.